Well, hey there, my friends. It's Hambbage here, and in case it isn't obvious, foxes aren't players. That and sorry guys. Yesterday was the first day in a long, long time I have not had a hardcore vanilla Minecraft video up, and I apologize. I definitely had some time. I ran a stream, kind of regular length for the Stardew World over on Twitch. Had a blast doing that, and turned on the Broncos game, and then kind of started to watch the evening, whatever it came through, and started getting like a headache and kind of laid out, and uh, that was it for my night. I probably didn't make it through the first quarter of that evening football game. And I was going to record the Minecraft stuff at night, and then woke up today a little bit of a cough. Yeah, I feel pretty good. The headache seems to have cleared up, but I was kind of just didn't move far from the couch this morning. Was pretty slow. Haven't streamed at all. It's now afternoon, and just getting back into the world here. So, but I wanted to let you guys know I'm here, still working on it. Let's start kind of there-ish. This episode, I mean, first of all, maybe really short. If I start talking and the voice is gone, or the coughing becomes miserable, or the nose starts going, or any of that, I'm out. Um, but I think we can finish up our tasks that we had pretty easily and call it good at that point. Let's see. Oh, that was a corner I wasn't supposed to go through, but hey, we're just getting started. Right. Oops. And then we don't want to go all the way on this one either. There. Kind of that ish. All right. Now, here we're trying to figure out what the best angle is on these. And, like, if these are the corners, right? Because that's the fifth and that's the fifth. No, that's the third. This is the fifth. Okay, so there is no. These are just connectors. So let's try to just do this. It should be pretty short and direct, and hopefully well lined up. All right, so those. To there. Of course, this will probably be the one that works out all lined up. We'll make assumptions and then move on, only to find out it's totally wrong. Okay, but so that was an extension of that. This is all going to go to widen everything out even. And then we'll put a railing above and out from those. those little gotchas. That's how we go down, by the way, just so you know. When it happens, well, I don't know. I mean, it could be something like punching a end crystal. It's just sitting there minding its own business to put out the fire. All right. Okay, so those are linked up. Let's check these holes. And then that pretty much goes right on through. So here, this is kind of why I wanted to connect that up. So this is one of the established sides. And we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not 5 at all. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but if we go to here, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then 6 starts building out from there. And this is where we still have a mess over here. But if we start from this side, if it goes out 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, then this will all be, walkway. And these will all be rails, right? And in theory, that kind of lines up off an edge. We're not actually that worried about it. So now we need this to widen the path. And then this to become the railing. Good? Good, good. I thought you guys would all think it was good. No holes under our feet. All right, we have 2 sides now fully linked up and ready to go. Now, had we also connected this little cross piece over here? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Maybe. Hopefully. Yeah. All right. Our little railing is good here, and now we get filled. Fix that little mistake. All right. Looks like a railing or a walkway to me. Okay. Just like we did that last one. Let's go here. All right, this one is a little less lined up than previous, and that's okay, but something to be aware of. We will have these little adjustments coming back at us. Okay, now ah, okay, and then we need another section of floor on this. That's a big old crowd over there. Railing. And a railing trim. And we have another link, and this one is very nice because now we can go right on back here and restock our splash stone. Do we pick all that up? Or am I just really turned around as to where we are? I'm really just turned around as to where we are. I thought we were on the opposite side all that time. Okay, well, we're doing great on stone. We don't need to worry. And if that's the case, then we'll actually come all the way back over to the shulker box as we finish, which has its own little appeal of getting done and being right there. All right, connect. Oops. Lots more air traffic. I think it was in the YouTube where the little twin prop helicopters had come by the other day. But yeah, I have to guess it's somehow in conjunction with the recovery after the Marshall fire, Superior Marshall Road, or in the town of Marshall, which not many people really knew about. It's kind of just like outskirts of Boulder on the south end of town. tiny old little town when all those things hadn't, when Boulder hadn't grown out and kind of connected into it. It was just another one of the many little towns out, between Boulder and um, Denver, ultimately. But some of those, grew up and kind of absorbed other little ones. For the most part, each of the named towns has an old downtown, a single one. So like Superior, and maybe too soon, right? They used to. Now Louisville's is fine. Old Superior is gone, but that wasn't really a commercial area. It was really more of a just old housing development. It had their little town hall and a little like the museum, which I know it's pretty. Okay, this is a big off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is lined up. But then look at how. Oh, we're back to the 5 thing, right? So let's just check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got off on this. That should go there. And hopefully we can fix this a little more easily doing it that way. Now this should be lots of holes, so we should be very careful. We should use the right tool. Mistakes were made, guys. But that's why I was like, oh, let's just do all the platforms, get them done, and then do all of these kind of back to back to back to back to back. Because if you're just moving one to another, all of a sudden some of those things that were just head scratchers start getting figured out. Now this isn't as lined up, but that's what I cared the least about, right? Because this can be kind of a shock absorber between those sides, and the sides kind of maintain their shape. And by having these set out the same and kind of angled in, they just line up on the center one a little differently, and that's the tough. Looking across the way there, you're not going to know if if one's off kilter or not. So all we need to do is go, okay, this is the middle, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 in the middle. So this needs to continue. Then that needs to continue. Wait, no, what am I doing? The wasteful way of building that. When you're hanging out over the void. There. That's why we do these all together, so I know exactly what I'm doing and don't make mistakes, right? I wish. Alright. Well, that little corner offset has now been absorbed. And we are good to go. Do something there just to add a little more light. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all good. Looks like we need a little trim here. Clip, clip, clip. Go the shears. All right, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So this. I think we just do that. This. there. There. And so then again, this is the center, but it's off-centered on the thing to absorb the shift between this side and the others. So that's where those look a little bit wonky, but overall, I think that's pretty good. A pretty good way to go about doing it. So I think this is our last little connection. Oh, happy day. So if you're watching this and you've seen parts that are in your mind not as well set up as they could be, definitely leave the comments, because we will be doing more building on this in future episodes, much future episodes, and I'll be likely to forget in all, or die, forget in all the time that it takes us to get How Did We Get Here going. So leave comments. Oh, one of those you missed a thing, and I don't know. Well, that was dumb. Yeah. Went a little early there. I guess the directions, we'll just go back with mapping those out, so, and maybe identifying them. It'd be really cool if in all this time that we've all, as humans, been using cardinal directions, and I think if you want something that is kind of ubiquitous across the globe, and religion, social beliefs, politics, any of that kind of stuff, none of it really replaces even a similar naming structure around north, south, east, and west. The motion of the sun and the night sky make everybody, on the same page. Now you might be one of those flat earthers that's like, no, that's all just a big lie. Okay, there's always that percent, right? But otherwise, all the societies throughout time that have looked at the heavens and gone, oh, that's crazy. They've all appreciated that, there's two ends that don't change at all, and then stuff in the middle that all spins. And by and large, even though the languages can change them, there's a north and a south, and then the sunrise side and the sunset side, and those cardinal directions and all of that concept have been long shared. East and west countries all have those commonalities. Now, the idea of like maps facing north and all that that hasn't held. That's a relatively new concept, but for the rest, yes. So even though in all the time we've all kind of had an idea, there's a north. Let's check. Now that we're done here, let me just check and see where we are on time. 25 minutes. That was quick. I kind of knew it would be. Let me get a sip of this coffee. We've never really associated colors or anything to that have been as common as single consonant type words for each of them, nothing more or less elaborate than anything else. In English, north, south, east, west. They're all very short, succinct, different words. None play off the other, right? It's not anti-east and east, or dependencies within the language itself. They all are distinct, but we've never done anything with like colors or indicators of that, because I would love to go, all right, the northern side, and mark it by a color or something, and just have that known. We may still do that. We'll just have to decide on it arbitrarily. But for now, these two are empty, I believe. I hope that other one is. I didn't really verify. So we didn't use nearly the stone I had expected we would. That's a good thing. I don't think we're going to leave just a random shulker box out here now either. Now what we want to do is probably run home and get something. I'm thinking maybe like an emerald block, or a few emerald, lapis, gold, and redstone that we can kind of put on that far edge. Oh, we don't actually have to go to the platform. We have to go here. It's been so long since we've been out of the end. It's going to be nice to see the sky and the world. All right, I don't know where we're going to come out. Find out. Probably up at base. Oh, no, at the creeper farm. And it is nighttime, so convenient. We're right here. I don't think we even used up too much tool, right? We ended up having to gather some end stone for that platform, but didn't ever switch the picks. I don't think so. Just a little bit of or wear. Not needed a big repair session in between this and what in our next episode will be beginning to survey the exterior. So we're going to kind of come back here and we're going to reset a little bit for that. I talked about how I think for those outer portals, we're just going to use end stone. So let's do, I don't know how much end stone we currently have. We'll maybe keep some of the stone, but put the rest of it away to save our inventory space. Let's just see. Yeah, I don't think we had a ton of it. And those are bricks. We won't waste those. So not much here, and that's a disadvantage. The advantage, though, is that we can be restocking as we do our little tour, check all the various portals. And now we can put the stone that we've used a lot of. Oh, I got got off while I was looking away. I've got the football games up on my TV, and I glanced aside as I was just walking. I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not where I thought I was going to end up. Okay, so this one will stay. Hi, Slime. How you doing? Not so good, huh? I'm sorry. It's probably my fault. Okay, now let's go over here. This is where we were when that slime distracted me. Let's put spare blue shulker away. Where's the other stone-filled lines? Maybe keep one of those, but empty the other. There. Okay. Well, all is well. I had to just double check. Now, let's do... Okay, this is going to stay stone. Now, let's take one each of these. Let's actually swap. I thought that was the stone one. This is the stone one. Let's actually switch this. Go. You know what? I might be the biggest bonehead around. We're already carrying stone. We don't need to carry extra spare stone in a just-in-case kind of move. Now I don't have a spot for him. As much as I don't like the new handling of closing chests and not discarding stuff like that, it is pretty nice when you do chest stuff and go to walk away and it just keeps it instead of dropping it on the ground if you're not sure it's actually gone. Alright, you all go together. You stones like each other. Act like it. Okay, now we don't have to worry about that anymore. This we're going to keep in. This can go back for storage. The cyan can go back into here because what I also want, and again, this could be very restockable, but we've got them, so why not? If we're going to be popping in and out of portals all day, let's make sure we have enough pearls to do so. There. Okay, so now that can go back in. Here. And then we established that these were clear. So you know what? Let's be smart. I know it's not the most exciting end to this, but remember, I don't feel good. And this is actually going to be a big help. Storage starts to get taken care of. I don't know what I'm doing here now. Should be doing that. Enough? What do we think? What do we think? Nope. The real question will be, is all of this enough to get us bridged back? I hope so. Okay, I'm not going to carry all of this. Okay, we got lots of netherrack loaded up. That is good to have. Now let's do a quick check on gear. We have 3 boats. I think I'm going to make a few more just to carry with. Do that upstairs. That was some bad driving on my part. Mainly so that we have more to practice trying to figure out how to get the shulkers into the boat. I was trying to. So Stardew, I was like, I'll make a half stack, and I tried to right click. That just still makes a full stack in Minecraft. Just so you, in case you were wondering, that's what it does. All right, we got a lot of boats now. Might have to make a boat box. Anyway, what else do we need? I guess while we've got a little extra time. We don't need a video. Well, I thought this would work out well. I could just be like, oh, here it is. All right, let's not try this. I have to just find out. Let's see if the good old wiki has anything about portals. We know the overview, natural generation. Oh, I hate that they have so much like pop up and down content. Shulkers spawn during the generation of end cities, which are located in the honor, blah, blah, blah. They usually spawn, well, as I say, message, post-generation exclusive to Java. That's what we play. There's a chance that a new shulker of the same color will spawn when one shulker hit. Oh, that's the shulker farm stuff, right? I don't think I'm too worried about that. I'm not worried about drops. Behavior. The shell of the mob looks similar to the purpur block, blending in relatively easily to its surroundings. Inside the shell of the mob is a small yellow head with 2 eyes. Shulkers are uncolored by default when using spawn eggs, while white is the default using summoner spawners, blah, 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 blah. Shulkers generally remain stationary, attached to an adjacent solid block. However, if the block that the shulker occupies becomes something other than air, or the shulker finds itself not adjacent to any solid block, or the shell cannot open, it attempts to teleport, 5 attempts per tick, to an air block within a 17 by 17 by 17 cuboid centered on the shulker that is adjacent to a solid block. If it finds no solid blocks to teleport onto, like when in the void, it does not move. When a shulker is spawned next to another shulker, one of them teleports away. Shulkers avoid teleporting adjacent to another shulker. Okay. Shulkers occasionally open their shell for 1 to 3 seconds to peer outside. This is the shooting bit, right? Projectiles, blah, 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 firing. Shulkers can attack each other, and then that's the whole, they can spawn if they hit one another. They are unaffected by levitation when hit. Normal teleportation habits do apply during those battles. When the shell is closed, the shulker has a 20 little tooth-shaped icon times 10 armor points. Are those supposed to be little armor shirts? That doesn't look anything like them. And deflects arrows. When the shell opens, it loses this natural armor and takes damage as normal. When at less than half health, a shulker has a 25% chance of teleporting as described above after taking damage. When the shulker is attacked, other shulkers in the area target the attacker as well. In Java Edition, shulkers don't take burning damage from lava or fire, but in Bedrock Edition, they are not immune to fire damage. They drown in water but try to teleport away when water or lava flows into the block they occupy. They do not take damage if they touch water, unlike Enderman. Peaceful, we don't care. Shulkers are different than true blocks. For example, mobs are unable to pathfind around or jump over them, and falling on them from height does not produce particles. Shulkers can be hooked by a fishing rod, however they cannot be reeled. Well, that's a fun fact. The shulker bullet, dying, transportation. Shulkers can be moved by boats or minecarts. Pushing a boat cart into a shulker causes it to board. Both sides block some of the shulker's projectiles. A shulker pushed through the exit portal gets teleported to the world spawn point in the overworld. All right, that confirms that. Since shulkers teleport when not adjacent to a solid block, they must be pushed down the central pillar of the exit portal or a manually placed block directly above the portal with a piston. Okay, so what I'm getting there is if you break the boat in an attempt to push them through the portal, they're going to stick to a block, right? So what we want to do is make the pillar in the middle of the dragon portal the block, and then put a piston on top of it facing down with a lever. We push that. That will then push it down along that pillar through the portal that we just jumped through, right down into it. That'll grab it, pop it through, and then we'll have to go find it in the vicinity of our spawn. And there we're going to have to maybe give it an appealing place to connect. So like it will then go through the portal, come out at spawn, and go, all right, now I need another solid block to teleport to with slabs and whatever, or fences or anything else. Can we make it so that the shulker only goes to a certain spot so we don't have to hunt around for it, and then we can get it from there into a boat and then go to the nether to wherever it is we need to end up getting it to. So cool. That was good time well spent, because I kept talking about, I'm going to do that after spawn or after recording, and I never look at it. So let's actually I'm going to copy directly from the wiki into a notepad. I'll put it right in my little YouTube headers and all that kind of stuff. All right. That will... We'll just stand apart. Okay. File save on that. So, for us, what that really means for this episode now, how much time did I waste? 45 minutes. So we still got time to actually work on this. This is great. So, first thing, as we talked about, let's take We got 24 emerald blocks, so let's make that our deal. 24. 24. 24. Those will be our side color indicators. Um, Piston. We don't need sticky. I don't think. I think we just want, in fact, I think we don't. We want regular pistons. So let's make a bunch of these as well. Unless, did we recover some when we were working with Zap? Do we have pistons? Anybody see a piston? I want to see a piston in there. Pistons. Awesome. Hey, how impressive is that? Now, quick, somebody, what's 17 times 17? 12 times 12 is 144. And then 25, so 169, is that right? 144, 25. Yeah. Um, I'm wondering if there's any reason not to use wood. What do you think of a reason? Filling up here. Let's first do that, and do that, and do that. That's 128, 42, not enough. That should be enough, right? With some extra. Okay, so now we've got boats to get the shulker. We got pearls to go through the portals to find the shulker, to find the end cities, find a close one, and locate shulkers that can be our transport candidates. We have netherrack to, or we have endstone to reconnect to those portals to get back again, so we don't get stuck out there. We've got netherrack to make a bridge from the it's going to be other deal. How are we going to get the shulkers up to? So we may have to go. We may have to not be able to use the shulkers at the bottom of the end city if that city is not built up high enough. So we'll have to check Y levels and make a note of that. But we're going to find shulkers that are at Y level equal to or greater than the center dragon spawning pool end portal area in the middle of the end island, right? Because that way we never have to worry about raising the boats or dealing with bouncing them up, eliminating everything below them, making them teleport up to a block above and then dropping them from there. Too much hassle. It may be quicker, but I think most of the end cities are going to be higher anyway. At least, I don't know. That's my feeling. So, I think we're good there now that we've thought of it, or I've thought of it. We won't forget. So, look for shulkers above already that we don't have to get up higher. Then take the netherrack to connect them back. Slow boat rides across netherrack to get shulkers to the island. slab everything in the 17 by 17 around, probably more than that. Actually, we should have more of a cushion of slabs, but take the boat up as close as possible to that pillar, 17 by 17 around it, so that the pillar is the only place it can teleport to. Break the boat, it sticks to the pillar. We put the piston, build up the piston above it, around it, whatever. Throw a lever on it, or a button, but a lever is nice. Let's see if we already have levers. We do. Throw a lever. Lever pushes the piston pushes the shulker goes down through the portal, pops out on the other side. We won't actually do any of all of that beyond getting it maybe into the proximity and position, and then we'll come get the overworld side ready to receive it, because we don't want to just pop it through and start losing these after all this work. Okay, so good stuff. Let's see. I should have kept that teal. Let's go get the teal shulker box for all these supplies. Boats and slabs for sure. Just put all of that stuff in there. And why not those glowstones as well? Okay, so we don't need any of that certainly until we are gathering up the shulkers, right? They can do their own thing until that point. All right, now we need torches and food and all the other general resupply stuff that we always need to do. And let's just take 3 stacks of those, because we're not going to be like mining for stuff or anything, right? And food. All right. Sure, we're forgetting stuff. Again, I haven't ever moved a shulker back. So I don't know. I made one catastrophic mistake that I'm working very hard to avoid right now, which is in one world long ago when I was kind of working towards this. I hadn't even built or killed the dragon all the times, and that was part of why I just decided to do it that way this time. I had killed a few, I'd gone and got my wings and all that, and had shulker boxes, kind of gotten to this level of, you can go around to do things within the world, you've got all the tools and supplies and things that you need. And then I was like, all right, let's go find one of these shulkers and bring it back. And I decided, I spawned a portal or whatever. So and I think it was close enough that I could just see land out in the distance. And so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna build my bridge out to it. And I built it, and somehow it was aimed at the same city I'd already been to. I was like, no. And then at some point later, before I got another attempt, I died. I hate that. It's so unsettling. But look at this. It's so nice. The inadvertent benefit of our stairs here are that we don't have to worry about looking at all those Endermen. All right, so we are facing west, which would make this east. We have 3 or 4 colors, and what do we want our colors to be coded? I think let's go red for north for Santa, Let's go green for east, which is where we are. So we'll use the green first. Um, yeah, the gold in the west, like the Golden Gate Bridge in California. Reminds me of one of my favorite songs, "Estimated Profit." So this is east, right? And let's do. I don't know how we want to set these up. These we don't want to be super wasteful with, right? So less is more as we're getting going. Here. Here. And then this is our center, right? The all diagonals. So let's put the opposites here. So this is the east. And then the north. And north was going to be red for Santa, right? Okay, and then all the corners of the straight edges. So now I'll have to learn these differences myself as we go. But I think that will be a help as we're trying to move around here and keep a sense of what direction we're headed. We do that one too. We will now. And then south, southern hemisphere is very oceanous. There. 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 Up to here. This is the last one of these. And that should leave us. Oh, we didn't do all. We started with green, so we didn't use all of them yet. I was like, how do we have an odd number of emeralds? I didn't go too early there, did I? Oh no, this is the one that shifted to accommodate the side, right? So this is still. This is all the west side. I hope. Also, those are the colors of the teams in Sorry. Right, you guys remember the board game Sorry? I really had the chance to play that as kids. It used to be, when my niece and nephew were young, it used to be the game that we could play when my niece, who was a little bit younger than us, would still get frustrated by longer, more complex games or games where they were kind of trick tactics. I don't know if that's, they're more strategic, and for a younger kid, it was tougher to. This is so typically awful. Why do I have a different number of each one of these now? This I can account for, right? So those are the stairs, and we just come around here. These all balance back out. Boom, boom. Should I maybe be doing this? Definitely here. And then... Oh, maybe I... Those should never be different on a edge, right? Because these are the 5 for the east. Why do I have east and west? Oh, I'm so bad. South is a very yellow place. It has nothing to do. Now I'm going to be confused. Okay, but this is a part of the southern 5 things. Clean that little guy up. That was why I did all that, just to extra check. Did I just keep going around with the... No, I did. I put the blue south on the... Are these getting more even at all now? Still have too many greens. Alright, so it should be these little diagonal bridges where the transitions occur. And then 5 portals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this, we're going to lose. Glad we didn't lose that. So this should be blue now. And then that should be stone. All right, and now this starts the blue. No. Oh. I should have. Oh, dang it. Well, we got a lot of lapis. Should be gold. The next one should be blue. So it's that corner there that's wrong. Gold. Gold hurts a lot more. Okay, blue, 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 blue. Blues all the way around. We should wrap this up, but I do want to go try to save that gold block at least. If not the... I don't know if we're going to be able to get the lapis one. Y'all see a block of gold? There it is. I hope that didn't land on any of your heads. That would probably hurt a bit. Good bit. Oh, wow. Woo! Thank you, Minecraft. Okay, so aside from the fact that south is now yellow and west is now blue. Blue, from a North American perspective, we kind of think west is the Pacific, largest ocean on Earth. Good like that. Okay, so this is our little, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this one should switch, of course. Won't need those anymore, and let's do these. And of course, now our counts don't matter at all because we've lost too many blocks or dropped them. So no help from that. Red, red. Red, red, red. See if we can catch that. Catch that blue block. There it is. Okay, so now just that last corner between red and green should be right. Or be the one that we need to fix, right? And then we're good to go, hopefully. So here, that's just 3, but this one does get a red, I believe. And then this is right, but that's wrong. There to there. Okay. Now, how late are we already? Hour and 7. All on colors. I don't think that would be quite as maddening as it was, but that's why you do it. All right, but now we should at least be able to keep our bearings a little bit. So we've got east, south, well, east still, now south, south would appear to need a couple more. South and then west. And now we all have 2 or 12 each, so we used exactly half. I think we'll add a little more to make these sides stand out a bit, but that gets the job done, right? And the very last thing I want to do in parking for the episode, I'm going to come out here and just check the coordinates of our thing, which should be 0, 0, and it's the Y. The Y, not the Y not. We have to check. So, as you can see, we're at negative 1, 1, so that might actually be, yeah, it's actually 1 off over to there. This is a little further out, but we can pretty safely use 0, 0, and then our Y is 64. So that was the other piece I didn't know. So in the next episode, we will be doing a survey, going out through all those various portals and seeing if any have a awesome looking city right there in close access that we can use to gather up shulkers from. Hopefully we only ever need one, but I know better than that. So it begins or it continues, but this phase is done. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Not feeling tops, and apologize for missing out yesterday. Um, I won't run around saying that I had COVID or anything like that, but I'm definitely laying a little low. I didn't go hang out, do what I had planned to do this afternoon with a friend because I didn't want to expose them since I wasn't sure, and I wasn't going to run out and try to get a test kit or a test in the middle of a weekend when everybody's out and about. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow and go from there. But I think at least we'll hold up to keep this going, and I am really looking forward to getting back out there and looking for those Shulker cities in the next episode. Hopefully, it's just one that it'll take. But for now, let's go ahead and wrap up. I thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. You're absolutely awesome. If you're enjoying the content, what do you think of the colors for the directions and all that kind of stuff? I think it's a little late to switch now, but let me know the feedback, or if you can help with mnemonic devices for the colors that I chose. Right now we've got red, which I was like Santa Claus and the North Pole. Green, and this is the biggest stretch of all of them, but I was like green. That's kind of like the beginning, that's where the sun comes from and all that. So spring, green stuff coming from the east going to the west, right? And then, excuse me, we reversed everything. So now south is yellow and west is blue. And I don't know great things, but we'll have to just burn that into memory so that we know at quick glance when we come back which way we're facing. Really, that'll just become a theme that we can use as we build up our stadium. But that's a long-term project. It won't matter for them. So it's already way too late. I shouldn't be chattering on with you guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Likes and comments. Remember to subscribe. And if you're interested, check out the live streams. We're going to hit up some more Stardew Valley along the way. And see how all that goes. So take care. Be safe. Stay awesome. Bye now.